In this bulletin, Bainimarama warns against divisive elements. Fiji committed to travel bubble negotiations. And Vunise villagers moving inland.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Atera Lendua.
Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama says some individuals in Fiji still practice and advocate division. While speaking at the Fiji National University Student Association multicultural event, Bainimarama highlighted that these individuals are trying to drag Fiji back to a painful past. He adds they pervert religious ideals to divide people and pit Fijians against Fijians. Bainimarama highlighted their aim always is to garner power for themselves. The Prime Minister says we can prosecute these sorts of religious intolerance.
For decades, division along ethnic, religious, and provincial lines shackled our people's potential. We suffered politically driven communal strife, which erupted into instances of violence. There were times when Fijians in their own country feared for their own security.
2 employees of the Sigatoka Town Council have been terminated for stealing money from parking meters. Local Government Minister Pramila Kumar says the matter has been referred to the Fiji Independent Commission Against Corruption. Kumar adds the 2 were caught cheating the system.
And they admitted by putting in a letter saying that, yes, this is how we did that. So the administrators have reported the matter to the police.
Fiji is actively pursuing access to the travel bubble between New Zealand and Australia, with discussions still underway. Minister for Tourism Fayaz Koya says joining the travel bubble is important as it will have a trickle-down effect benefiting tourism and Fijians. The minister says while we await the result of the ongoing negotiations, Fijians must continue to register and get vaccinated.
It would be wonderful if all of that happens really quickly. But again, the most important thing to remember is everybody needs to get registered and vaccinated. The government is doing its best to ensure that we get the vaccinations in as quickly as possible.
Villagers of Vunisea in Kandavu are moving further inland as rising sea levels have started damaging homes. This is the second village that is facing the full brunt of climate change just months after the relocation of Narikoso villagers. Keresi Soko has been living in Vunisea for over 6 years and has seen changes occur in the environment.
We can feel the difference. Like they have to put, and then they start telling us that very soon we'll be shifting more to the back because the water is really coming up.
I've experienced 3 cyclones, and 2 of those 3 were they caused a lot of devastation. Cyclone Kenny and Harold.
UNICEF will supply the first batch of the COVID-19 vaccine to all Pacific Island countries before Fiji receives its second batch. UNICEF Pacific representative Sheldon Yet says the second shipment will take months to arrive depending on the completion of supply to neighboring countries. Yet says it's also crucial for every Fijian who is eligible to get the jab, while UNICEF works with the Health Ministry to monitor Fijians who have been vaccinated.
There's no specific date, but I can tell you that additional supplies will be coming. First, we need to make sure that all the countries in the Pacific get their vaccines. That is happening now. Almost all countries have. So I would expect in months we'll get additional supplies here in Fiji, but they will come.
Over a year has passed since the first case of COVID-19 in Fiji, and it has been a year of severe economic, health and psychological consequences for many. Amongst them are our visually impaired, mostly students who have been forced to drop out of school for the blind. The Fiji School for the Blind says students who have left continue to hope that their parents will soon earn enough to let them resume their studies.
There have been quite a lot of movement last year due to COVID-19. This is because some parents lost their jobs and some were not able to afford renting in urban areas, so they had to move back to their villages.
The people of Mothe in Lao have been applauded for putting the education of their children first. Permanent Secretary for the Ministry of Rural and Maritime Development, David Kolitangane, says these Fijians are resilient in the face of natural disasters as well as the financial crisis. Kolitangane says Mothe was one of the few islands to repair damage to its high school following tropical cyclones Yasa and Ana.
They're asking for some equipments just to help them cut trees and then to restore or build their classrooms, new classrooms. I was very impressed. They did establish their school, build using all local materials, built by the villagers.
Up ahead, Tailevu vows to bounce back. And Suva netball on a roll. It's back to the drawing board for the Tailevu rugby side as they prepare to take on Northland this week. Though the side missed out on its key halfback, Simeone Kuruboli, due to injury last week, they put up a strong performance despite their 19-13 loss to Namosi. Tailevu head coach Sermai Mbai says they expect Kuruboli back in action in 2 weeks' time.
I think from talking with him, I think in 3 weeks, that but it'll boost our camp with his experience and exposure. But at the time being, we'll just work with what we have with our players.
The Suva Netball Association is focusing on their senior grades, known as the Super Grade, this season as a training ground for the national team. With the second round of games commencing this week, the association has increased the number of teams in the senior grade from 8 to 12.
You'll expect the full 8 grades participating. We have 8 grades this year, ranging from our minor right up to our seniors and our major grade, which is our guys.
West Brom made back-to-back Premier League wins for the first time this season with a 3-0 win over Southampton this morning. Japan had its first ever winner of the America's most prestigious men's golf tournament. Hideki Matsuya fired a 1-over-par final round to win the Masters by overcoming a late hiccup and now gets to wear the famous green jacket of the Masters winner. Fine weather is in the forecast for Fiji. We may see some of the usual light showers along eastern shores and in the interior of the larger islands. Otherwise, generally clear tonight and another fine day tomorrow. That's FBC News Now. Be sure to join us for the 1-hour major bulletin at 7 p.m. For news you can trust, get the facts from FBC's TV, radio and digital news at fbcnews.com.fj. Take care and good afternoon.